a lot of queries are being asked. Kenyans are talking about this horrific accident on social media platforms, and they are talking about questions about the time that that lorry trailer, many people have been thinking it was a tanker. We can't confirm here on KTN News that it was indeed not a fuel tanker. It was a trailer carrying some kind of glue that trailer having Ugandan registration plates, as we have shown you there. But Victor, the presence of that lorry or trailer on the road has been raising questions, as well as the route it had taken using the Kijabe Naivasha road, as opposed to using the Maimahio Naivasha road. What can you tell us about that?
Well, that is something that has elicited mixed reactions, because they are wondering, there are many roadblocks from up, either if you're going down towards Nairobi and down, and they're wondering how such a vehicle carrying such poisonous, or rather equipment, glue of that nature, or rather substance of that nature, going down and past all these roadblocks. That also begs the question of the alertness of our security officers. Perhaps if you look at them, if it had come all the way, and at that time, particular time of the night, it ought to have made us stop somewhere, perhaps to continue with the journey in the morning. Because you see, it is what we call, it is more of a human error. Because perhaps if the driver panicked, or rather lost control, he has made another 30 people. It is a multiplier effect of another 30 people have lost their lives. And indeed, it is a sad situation, Ben.
What can you tell us about the traffic situation along that usually very busy road? But before we do that, we'd like to warn our viewers that some of those pictures from last night's horrific accident along the Naivasha-Nakuru road that has claimed the lives of at least 40 people. Some of those pictures you might view might be disturbing. Of course, we are getting reports, of course, from Victor Ogale. It is going to be a very difficult time for maybe some people who have been able to lose their loved ones to identify the bodies. Some bodies burnt beyond recognition. Even some vehicles that were burnt in that explosion burnt even beyond recognition. It will be a very difficult moment for some of those people. But Victor, what can you tell us about the traffic situation as we speak?
Well, the traffic is getting a little bit tighter, because remember, as people are slowing down, everyone wants to look, others are even slowing down to take pictures, which is also making the traffic to slow down, because the car in front of you slows down, the other one slows down, the other one, they have 10 vehicles. But there are police officers on the ground, from the administration police to the National Transport Safety Authority officers, as well as the traffic officers from Naivasha, that are trying to clear the way for people to move, but it is slow. From the Karai area down to the Alameda section, there is heavy traffic there. So even drivers that are approaching there should approach with caution, either going uphill or downhill toward Nakuru. Just slow down, because even at the scene of the Inferno, there are people crossing left, right, and center. We have motorbikes, and this also brings in another topic, Ben. The people who use motorbikes, the border operators, the border riders, in most of the cases that I've covered in this particular area, they are normally the first people to get to the scene, either if they are training people or they're doing the normal business. This is also it's a wake-up call, perhaps, to those involved in the safety and awareness to train some of these people, because if they get there fast and some of them just end up as lookers rather than just looking at people getting hurt. If they had any training, first aid training, perhaps they could help, because they're normally they're the first people together. Even some of them that were giving the first witnesses account, most of them are border operators. Ben.
As you speak, what is currently happening is the process of maybe trying to clear the debris, any survivors, maybe. Has that process ended?
I can see 2 breakdowns that have come here, and they're trying to get the vehicles, but perhaps we will need more, because 12 vehicles, there are others that I think were thrown. They were blew and thrown off the road completely, off the road, like 10 meters off the road. And so if you have 2 breakdowns, that means you're going to have more trips going and coming, going and coming. I think if they had more breakdowns even at 5, it would be an easy situation. And also, crowd management is an issue because everywhere you try to go, people are here. People from neighboring Karai village are here. All look at people who are driving to either Nakuru or Nairobi. Others have stopped, just come and witness, take photos. There are people like us, journalists who are here, international journalists as well as local journalists. So there is human presence here, human traffic here, Ben. I'm counting close to 2,000 people just standing here. Many of them are idling, Ben.
All right, many thanks, Victor Ogale. We shall come back to you shortly to just get the latest from the scene. Of course, our video signal being problematic from that particular place near Naivasha. That is the latest that we do know. We are getting new information from the scene from Karai as you approach Naivasha from Kinungi following that horrific accident that happened last night. That is